So if you're thinking about moving to Wilmington, North Carolina, but you're still not sure if you want to live in the suburbs or in the city, or if you're still even deciding on what neighborhood or type of neighborhood you want to move to, this video is for you. I'm going to cover one of my favorite neighborhoods, which also happens to be in one of my favorite suburbs of Wilmington. We'll go through the pros and the cons and the good and maybe not so good of that area. I'm going to highlight some of the family-friendly things of that area, and we're actually going to get out. I'll take a drive, and I'm going to show you some of the neighborhood and a couple of homes in the neighborhood, and start to give you a better idea of what it looks like, some of the amenities, as well as some of the home prices in that area you might expect to pay if you're looking to buy. Let's get started. If this is your first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can keep up all the videos I post on helping you find the best neighborhood to live in Wilmington. My name is Ryan Smith. This special city has been a part of my life for almost 3 decades now. I look forward to sharing it with you. So first, what I want to do is we're going to jump in the map. I want to show you on maps exactly where I'm talking about so you can get a good idea of where we are. And we'll come back out. I'll explain some of the pros and cons, and we'll head out for a drive, and I'll show you some of the neighborhood. So like I said today, one of my favorite suburbs, one of my favorite neighborhoods in that suburb is Marsh Oaks. Marsh Oaks is in the Bay Shore suburb of Wilmington. It's just north of Wilmington. I'm going to hop into the map and show you that right now, and then we'll get into some of the details. So here we are. As I mentioned, this red dotted line is the northern edge of Wilmington city limits. We're going to be just north of that. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here to give you a better idea exactly where we are. And here's our entrance here into Marsh Oaks. Okay. And today, since I'm looking specifically at Marsh Oaks, today we're only looking at about 130, 140 homes in that area, but it is connected to several other fantastic neighborhoods. I'm just not going to focus on those today. I do videos on those at other times. It's also important to note right now, I mean, location is everything, and Bay Shore, it's out of a lot of the busyness of the city limits. However, downtown, this area right over here on the eastern side of the Cape Fear River, that's your historic downtown Wilmington area. That's about 25 minutes away, 20 to 25, depending on traffic. And then Wrightsville Beach, right here, you're looking at 15 with traffic, of course, here in the summertime, 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and to get to that. So I think it's perfectly located between the two without actually being in the congested area of either one of those. And additionally, I love getting outside. I've got a family, and so we're big on getting out to the parks. And within 10 minutes of this Marsh Oaks area, you have your Poplar Grove Plantation, which is a nature preserve, great place to get outside. Ogden Park is awesome if your kids are playing soccer or any of the sports. There's a lot of fields there. Smith Creek Park has a 3-acre lake that has a paved path around it and is an awesome place to get out. You can even do some catch and release fishing there and some kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding. And we also have Pages Creek Preserve here, which is a fun path through the woods that opens up into a dock on Pages Creek. So there's several options, ways to get outside, biking, running, getting the family outside. And that's huge certainly for me, and I think for a lot of the families in the area. So let's talk about some of those pros of the Marsh Oaks neighborhood. The big one, of course, is location. I mentioned that in the map section. You're perfectly located, I think, between the historic downtown area, 25 minutes away, and Wrightsville Beach, about 15 to 20 minutes away. You also have major shopping at Mayfair Shopping Center, which is 15 minutes away, traffic depending. But more importantly, the things you need on a daily basis, your major grocery stores, home improvement stores, and drugstores, pharmacies, things like that, they're only 5 minutes away. But once you pull off that major road, you've got this quiet neighborhood. There's no through traffic here, so the streets are a lot safer. You'll see a lot of people drive around in their golf carts, and it just makes for a safer community overall. You really get a good feel for who your neighbors are. And that's a big plus for me and a lot of the people that move here. Also, school system. This whole area here, Marsh Oaks specifically, can utilize the public school systems of Porter's Neck Elementary School, which are both highly rated. You also have a lot of private options around here as well. And so Marsh Oaks specific too, while we share it with a couple of the other HOAs in this immediate vicinity, we have a fantastic clubhouse. That clubhouse is something that they do a lot of events at for the community. You can also rent it out for birthday parties. You'll see a lot of those, a lot of birthday parties going on there for the kids. We have a junior Olympic-sized swimming pool, a brand new playground that they've just finished constructing, and tennis courts and pickleball courts. So that is a very busy area. That pool is obviously family friendly. You'll see a lot of your neighbors there, and is a huge plus for us in the summer. So as far as the cons go, there aren't a lot of them, to be honest with you. If I could think of one, I think if you ask people around here what that one might be, it's the traffic once you actually get out. So it's not the neighborhood itself, but once you pull into Market Street, that particular area of Market Street, that strip of a couple miles long there, is particularly busy. So depending on if you don't work from home or you're going to be out commuting during typical commuting hours, that's something to pay attention to, because that section does get busier. One of the reasons it is busier, though, is because of some construction projects they have going on now, which is actually they're highway projects that are actually going to improve the flow of traffic and commute times. And that's something they're actually going to wrap up. They've been working on for years. They're almost done creating a bypass around this area here, which is actually going to improve commute times dramatically. So that's the big negative that I can think of. And certainly for me and a lot of my clients, it's something that, we can work around, but something to consider. So next, let's get outside. I'm going to show you some of the neighborhood. We'll drive around a little bit, and if there are any homes for sale, and that's a rare occurrence here, they don't come up for sale that often, but if there is, I'm going to point those out to you as well. All right, we're taking a look at the clubhouse right now, just driving by. Clubhouse on the left, it's actually bigger than it looks. Pool house to the right of that, the junior size swimming pool, kiddie pool, and new playground are behind that. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And then the tennis courts and the pickleball courts are to the right. Always plenty of parking there as well. Great place for the community to gather. Now we're behind the clubhouse. There's the new playground I spoke of, junior size swimming pool and the kiddie pool area, bathrooms, pool house, and then the clubhouse to the right. So we're just taking a drive down the main street that goes through Marsh Oaks subdivisions, Marsh Oaks Drive. A couple things to point out. One thing I think is great is how little street parking you'll see. Makes it safer when you're biking, walking, jogging, and simply driving. You're not having to dodge cars that are parked on the street. All those houses have been designed with the garage on the side also, so you're not looking at the garage as you drive by. You see the main house, which I think is a beautiful feature of the subdivision. Also, lot size is a big distinguishing factor of Marsh Oaks. Your normal subdivision lot size nowadays in new builds, you could be looking at 0.13, 0.14 acres, whereas most of the lots in the Marsh Oaks subdivision are 0.4 or half acre or larger, which makes it perfect to be able to get a house that's in that 3,000 square foot range, a larger house, but also have a large front and backyard. As I've mentioned, not a lot of turnover in the Marsh Oaks. It's a highly desirable area. So currently there aren't any homes on the market, but I do want to show you 3 homes that have recently sold within the last few months, just to give you an idea of what you might expect in regards to square footage, size and price, and what the look might be of that house. All right, first house I want to show you, this one here, right on Marsh Oaks Drive. That's the main road that goes through the Marsh Oaks subdivision. This house is also only about 400 yards from the clubhouse, the pool, the tennis courts, the playground. So it's a great location. This one sold recently for $725,000, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, almost 3,000 square feet and 0.47 acre lot. So both of those are fairly common for the homes in Marsh Oaks, around 3,000 or so square feet and larger. And around half-acre lot. So big lot size there. Obviously, you can see here it's got the large, well-manicured front yard and then a large backyard as well. This was built in 1999, as many of these homes were, from 99 to 2005. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this second house I want to look at, a huge house, 4,132 square feet. It's a 6-bedroom, 4-bath home on a huge 0.81 acre lot built in 2005. This sold recently for $975K. This house also a huge benefit. It not only is in a very quiet cul-de-sac, but it backs up to the marsh if you're looking at the house as we are to the right. So it offers some views and water views that are only available to a few homes in the Marsh Oaks subdivision. All right, last but not least, this is the third house that has sold in the Marsh Oaks subdivision rather recently. This one actually has been sold within the last 6 to 8 weeks. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,378 square foot house, also on that common large lot size. It's 0.5 acres, built in 2000, as many of these homes were. And this one recently sold for $820,000. As the other ones are, this one is on that the main road in the Marsh Oaks subdivision. It's Marsh Oaks Drive. And this home is about 400 yards from that wonderful clubhouse and pool that we looked at earlier. So perfect location, easy to walk to. And you'll see a lot of people out on their golf carts. It's definitely golf cart friendly. And, going to the pool in the golf cart, driving around. And it's a wonderful place, family friendly, multi-generational. You see a lot of grandparents here as well, and as well as working professionals. Very well-rounded community in the Marsh Oaks subdivision. So that wraps up today's video. We obviously just scratched the surface on how great this Marsh Oaks neighborhood really is. So if you have any questions at all, please reach out. I talk to people every day just like you, looking for some help in moving to the Wilmington area. So give me a call, send me a text or an email, and I'd be happy to help any way that I can. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.